So you just got your brand new Cybertruck, or you're thinking about getting one and you're wondering what accessories should I get first? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you 15 accessories that I bought myself that I think should be on your list first. And there's also one accessory that I guarantee that you have never seen that's an absolute game changer that you can actually get for free. So stick around until the end of the video so I can tell you exactly what that accessory is and does. And if you guys want to pick up any of these products, I will be putting links in the video description. And full disclosure, I just want to let you know that only one product in this video was actually sent to me by ELECFRESH. Now I'm going to show you these accessories in no particular order, but I will tell you that the first accessory I would get immediately. Now one of the accessories I recommend getting as soon as possible is a screen protector for the front and rear screens. Not only is this front screen super glossy, but you also want to keep it protected from any scratches you might get. So I decided to get this screen protector. Now typically I go with SPIGEN products because their tempered glass screen protectors are usually pretty good, but for the SPIGEN front screen protector alone was the same price as this, and this one comes with a front and rear screen protector. This has an anti-reflective and anti-fingerprint coating. And it's also got a blue light filter, which I really don't want, but we'll see how it affects the colors and the brightness of the screen, if at all. So this comes with a couple different squeegees. I really wish that this squeegee was about the same size as the screen, but this is what you get. We get 3 installation packets with some wipes, some instructions. It looks like we get 1 rear screen protector and 1 front screen protector. So you can already kind of see the glare off the front screen here. It's pretty bad. And when you're looking at it from the driver's seat, it's really hard to see when there's a lot of light. I would also recommend keeping on the plastic screen protector that comes with the car until you get your tempered glass screen protector, because it will keep it somewhat protected and clean. So what I'm going to do first is go into our settings, go into display, and we'll go into screen clean mode. We'll turn that on. And this will turn off the screen so it's pretty much black and you don't have to worry about touching anything to make anything happen on the truck. So now we're going to take our screen protector. For me, I'm going to make sure that the sticker here is on the back and it's on the upper left-hand corner of the screen. So when I have this on my screen with the stickers, I'm going to lift it up and I'll just peel off the sticker towards me instead of towards the screen. So I'm going to install it just like this. I'd also recommend taking one of these hinge stickers and placing it kind of in the middle of the screen on the front, just like this. So this will give you something to kind of hold on to during your installation. I'm not going to worry about cleaning my screen because I do have the plastic still over the screen, so everything should be totally clean underneath. Take your hinge stickers, place them in each side just like this, and we're going to put this over our screen and try to get it in place the best that we can. That's another thing I like about SPIGEN is they have a guide that helps you put everything into place. It's a little bit harder when you're doing it manually, but it can be done. I think that looks pretty good. So once you have it where you want it, just kind of fold these stickers over the back, just like that. And now the screen protector is in place. I think that looks pretty good. So now what I need to do is I need to take off the sticker of my screen and then I'll peel off the back sticker of the tempered glass. So just lift this up, I'll peel this off, and then I'll peel off the bottom protector. Make sure you don't touch the underside of the screen. And then just place your finger in the middle and it should start to adhere to your screen. I don't know if you guys can see it. You can also take your squeegee and kind of help it along. Seems to be doing a pretty good job. If you guys can see, it's just adhering to the screen all throughout the sides here. Looks pretty good so far. So you do have some bubbles at the bottom, just kind of squeegee those out with the squeegee. That looks pretty good. There's some over on the sides here. I think that came out pretty good, if I do say so myself. And it's nice and smooth now, no fingerprints, and that glare is not there anymore. That's definitely a plus. So you can take your stickers off now. Just be very careful not to peel off the screen protector itself. It's kind of dirty. It's got a lot of streaks on it, so we can try to wipe that off with maybe the alcohol wipe, see if it makes any difference. And it definitely does. So you might have to just clean your screen off a little bit after the installation, because it looked like there was like some streaks or something from the factory. But it looks really nice now. Nice and clean, no bubbles, no lifting. It looks really good. Very nice. So that wasn't too bad at all. It feels even slicker than it was before on the screen, and now, again, like I mentioned, you don't have to worry about seeing any of those fingerprints all over your car. Definitely a worthy upgrade. And now if we take a look at our front screen, you can see that the glare has drastically been reduced. Not nearly as bad as it was before. So this morning I went on a drive to kind of test out the anti-glare properties of the screen protector in the morning sun, and it did a really good job. I could actually see the screen a lot better than I could when there was a very glossy screen. So definitely a thumbs up for that. Now there are a couple things that I do want to mention about the screen protector. Not huge deals, but it's something that I think you guys might want to know about. And that one is the edges of the screen protector are not rounded off. I don't think it's a big deal because you're not swiping like you are on your phone from the very top or the edge to go back. You're kind of just swiping down from the screen, so you're not really going to touch those edges very much. And then two, if you're going to be wearing polarized sunglasses a lot like I typically do, you're going to see somewhat of a rainbow effect. And if you've ever looked at your phone screen through your polarized sunglasses, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I have this little polarized lens here that I'll put over my screen, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. Now, the rainbow effect that you see here is exaggerated. Now, if I move to the middle, you can see that the very left side of the screen, like from the middle of the screen to the left, there's a slight rainbow effect, and that's what I see through my polarized sunglasses. On the right, that's the exaggeration. It's not that bad at all. It's more like from the middle of the screen to the left. That's the slight rainbow effect that you're going to see with this screen. So if you're sensitive to, that rainbow effect with polarized sunglasses, you might want to stay away from the screen protector. But again, like I said, from sitting in the driver's seat with polarized sunglasses, it's only a very slight rainbow effect, and it's really not that bad. So now we're going to install the rear screen protector, and you can already see how bad the glare is on the screen, and we'll see what it looks like after we install the screen protector. So the rear screen protector also has a plastic protector on it, which should have kept everything clean, so I don't need to clean off the screen. That's why I recommend keeping those protectors on until you actually get your tempered glass screen protector, because then you don't have to worry about any fingerprints or any smudges or anything on your screen. So I'm going to do the same thing I did for this screen. Unfortunately, I used up one of my hinge protectors from the other installation, so I'm just going to use a dust sticker instead. Should work just the same. So this is what I did. I put one of the hinge stickers down at the middle to give me something to hold on to, and I just used the two dust stickers up the top. So we're going to put this into place here. This actually has little cuts in the side that go exactly along with the screen, so it kind of help you with the installation. I think that looks pretty good, so I'll just put down my hinges here. And we'll lift this up. Again, we have to peel off the screen protector first. Then remove the tempered glass screen protector. And my sticker came off. That's okay. And we'll just kind of let this down. Again, we'll touch it in the middle so it could start to adhere to the screen. Kind of help it along with your finger to minimize bubbles. We also have the squeegees that we can use, but it looks to be doing a pretty good job itself at adhering to the screen. Yeah, very nice. Little bubble there. Not really bad. Other than that, it's nice. So now we can take off our stickers. That worked out pretty good. Beautiful installation. Again, so now your screen is protected, doesn't show any fingerprints, and it's super smooth. I absolutely love that. So I'm sure now you can see from the video how much the glare has been cut down by using this matte screen protector. Now the second accessory I would tell you to get are some all-weather floor mats, and I purchased the ones from LASFIT. This comes with a full set of mats for the frunk. We've also got some for the front part of our truck here. We've got ones for the back. And we also have ones for the rear of the truck as well. Now, the one thing I was looking for in floor mats is I didn't want something super heavy, but I wanted something with a little bit of grip to it, and these seem to give you that. They also have a really nice pattern here that kind of keeps water and things inside of the floor mats. We've also got this really nice piece here which butts right up to the edge of your truck, so it doesn't overlap, covering up, you know, your nice Cybertruck emblem, but it like comes right up to the edge here, and it kind of tucks underneath to stay in place. It also has a pretty nice little lip on it to keep all the water and such inside. The only thing I don't like about the passenger side is you can see it doesn't go up far enough into the wheel well, and actually some of our feet kind of touched on the top. That's the one thing I don't like about it. But the mats themselves are pretty light. They're not super heavy. They also have a nice texture and a little bit of a grip to them. They're not actually made of rubber. They're made of like I think a TPE type of material, but it does give a little bit of grip, and it's got a pretty nice texture too. So this is the driver's side. This one kind of goes up pretty good. When I put my foot on here to rest, you can see that it doesn't touch up underneath the wheel well, which is nice. The only thing is I kind of wish that they had something that kind of went up maybe a little bit behind the accelerator there. But of course it can't go behind the accelerator, because then when you push it down, you know, you might not be able to push it to the floor. But I really do like the pattern on these floor mats. And again, I also like the fact that they butt right up to the edge and kind of tuck underneath, so it doesn't cover any part of your Cybertruck badging. I think they look pretty nice. I've been using these for a couple weeks now, and I just cleaned them the other day. So they are a little bit clean, but they're still a little bit dirty, but I think they look pretty nice. One other thing I wanted to mention about the frunk mat is it's more of like a kind of like a plasticky material, and it doesn't seem to relax as good. It doesn't fit exactly like this little piece here. You can see it really needs to be kind of pushed down, where it's kind of coming up over the top ledge here. That's the only thing that I don't like about the frunk mat, but it does cover and protect your inside frunk, and it also has a pretty good lip on the edge too, so if you happen to spill something, it's not going to just, you know, get all over the inside of your frunk. Here we've got the rear mats. As you can see, it's got a pretty nice pattern to them. It's also got a really nice raised edge, so it'll protect your rear seats or your rear floor from getting anything wet. And it fits perfectly. And then we have the rear truck bed liner. You can see it's got kind of like a different kind of texture and a pattern to it. I don't know why they opted to kind of do this texture. I would really like to see the same pattern as the floor mats in the truck, but they didn't do that. It's kind of got like this, I don't know, like a bumpy kind of texture on it. You can see that it does fit the truck bed perfectly, but there are like 4 little cutouts that you will need to cut out if you do have the optional little hooks in your floor there. But other than that, I mean, it looks pretty good. We really don't need the LASFIT liner logo in the middle. They could have gotten rid of that. But other than that, it's got a pretty nice lip all the way around the truck bed, so it should keep any water or anything from getting to your truck bed, provided that it doesn't, you know, fall down the back or the sides of your bed and then kind of get into the corners. But if anything, you know, spills inside the truck bed, it should be protected. The next simple accessory I think everybody should have, and that is of course the bottle opener. I got this one off Amazon, super cheap, installs very quickly, and as you can see, it looks really nice on the truck. And now you have a little bottle opener that you can use to open your beers or anything like that. So this little bottle opener should be pretty easy to install. The way that you do it is you just unscrew the little screw here just a little bit. It comes with this included tool. And then we need to put it into one of the circular slots here. And then we need to slide it over to where it sits in the middle of both of these 2 slots. So I think I need to do this just a little more. We might have to undo it all the way. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully not. So there we have it to where I believe it's sitting in the middle. Kind of look at it from the side there. And then once you have it where you want it, just tighten up the screw. And that's pretty much it. Super easy to install. It's a little hard to see the screw. And it should be on there. So that's not going anywhere. Now you have a little bottle opener. I also bought these kind of cleats for the center portion of the track here. They look pretty solid, and these also do come with a bottle opener as well. I just got the other one because I wanted it near the end of the truck bed. These are going to be in the middle. And if you do end up getting these, it comes just like this, and you're wondering, how does this hold on? Well, you have to take the screw out of this piece, then you put this piece back on the back, and then put the screw back through the middle, and then screw it in place. So I'll just kind of line this up with the middle of my bed, and then move this kind of in between there, just like that. I think that's kind of in the middle, so we'll just kind of tighten this down, make sure that it's in between the 2 circles. And it's on there pretty good. So now you got something to, you know, put some rope and stuff on, plus you can put a carabiner or something through the middle here, and again, you also have that option to use the bottle opener. It's pretty solid, very nice. Then I also bought these steel tie downs to go in the front of the truck and the back, just so we give me a little more options for tie downs. Now you want to make sure that you get the ones that I have a link to in the video description, because these are solid steel. They also have cheaper ones that are made of a steel alloy, they're light and they don't feel very solid. These are very solid steel, so you don't have to worry about them ever breaking. It's on there nice and tight. So there I've got my bottle opener and my one tie down towards the back of the truck. I've got my cleat in the middle and another tie down into the back of the truck. And the same thing for the other sides. Everything's feeling really solid and premium, and I really wouldn't have to worry about them breaking. The next accessory is to protect your wireless charging pads on your front console. I would definitely recommend picking up a little rubber pad just like this. It keeps the Alcantara nice and clean. You don't have to worry about getting anything dirty. And this kind of just fits over your charging pads. If you still want to use your wireless charging pads to charge up your phone, it still will work right through this pad because it's not very thick. It is actually pretty thin, but it does also cover the slight edge over the front of the wireless charging pads as well, which is pretty nice. And to go along with the charging pad cover, you can also get this cover for your cup holders. It's just one big silicone piece, fits right into the slots for your cup holders, keeps everything nice and clean. You can see that you can very easily pull it out, and if anything spills in here, you can very easily clean that. It's just, again, it's made of like a silicone material, and the nice thing about this one is it actually has a back piece that kind of covers the back portion of where the cups sit as well, so that won't get all scratched up and damaged. And you just kind of press these into place and you're all set. It's super simple, but very effective. Then for the inside of the console, I've got the SPIGEN center console organizer. The reason why I absolutely love this organizer by SPIGEN is because it's made of a very solid plastic. It's not going to bend in the corners like the one from Tesla, and it's got a couple different spots here to put things, as well as a little portion in the back here, but it's also covered in like this soft silicone type material that does have hard plastic underneath, so you know that it's not going to, you know, bend and bow over time. It's going to stay in place, but it keeps your stuff from like sliding around. And also in the bottom of this little tray, there is this little silicone cover that comes up so you can fish your cable from inside your console up through this little organizer, and it can kind of just sit in here and then come out the front if you need to use it. Very cool, very solid console organizer. I absolutely love this. And then if we go a little deeper into the console, we also have this other little piece that I bought to protect the bottom and the back of the console as well. It's just kind of like this little piece of silicone type material that fits into the bottom. It also has a little separator to kind of separate both the sides from the bottom of the center console. And it's also got this really nice backing on it, so nothing gets scratched up in the back of the center console as well. Fits in there perfectly, and it doesn't move around. Very nice. So you can put things down in here, and you don't have to worry about the bottom of your console getting all scratched up, or the back either. Then for the bottom of the center console, I also got this protector that I have in here. You almost can't even tell that there's a protector in here because it fits so well. It does conform to each one of the sides of the plastic rails here. It also does have a pretty nice lip that comes up should you happen to spill something. It's not made of rubber. I think it's made of like a TPU type material. So it is a little smooth, but it does have a little bit of a rubbery feel to it. If you were to put something on here, it might slide around. It doesn't have enough grip to kind of keep things in place, but it does protect your underneath your center console here. Next up, we have these door pocket protectors by ELECFRESH. Just so you know, these ones were not sent to me. I purchased these myself. They are made of like a rubbery type material, and as you can see, they're very deep. They cover pretty much the whole part of your door inner pocket, so if you were to spill something, it's going to stay in here, and they're very easy to install. You just kind of drop them over your pocket, and they just fit perfectly right into place. Now everything is nice and protected from anything you're going to put in here or even spill. And this does come in a 4-pack, so it fits all 4 of your doors. And here's the one for the front passenger side door. You can see that it's just as deep as the rear passenger, and it fits in there just as easy. And then here we have the underscreen storage box. This is made by ELECFRESH, and they did send this out to me so I could do this review, but they're not paying me. They just kind of wanted me to test it out and let you guys know what I thought about it. So it comes with your instruction guide, and it's also packaged up pretty nicely. So here is the storage box. It is made of like an ABS type of material. Feels nice and solid, doesn't feel cheap at all. And we also do have a rubber mat on the inside as well. Installation, I think, should be pretty easy too. These little pieces that do go behind your screen also are covered in a nice silicone type material, so it's not going to scratch up anything in the back either. So the way that this is going to go is you kind of put this underneath your screen, and this goes over the top, kind of like that, and then this piece goes over the other side, and we'll lift this up, push this back, and then clip that into place. And I did that all without even looking at the back of the screen. So here is the under-screen storage, and there's actually more room here between the screen and the bottom part that I thought there was going to be. There's actually enough room to where you can pretty easily put your hand in here and put stuff in there. Like if we got my sunglasses like I have here, you can put them in there very easily and get them out without any issues instead of putting them into my center console. You also have plenty of room to take your phone and just kind of put that in there as well. That's as deep as it will go. This is an iPhone 16 Pro Max, so you can kind of see the edge does stick out a little bit, not horrible, and you can very easily just kind of pick it out. So leaving this little lip of your phone is actually good because it makes it much easier for you to get your phone out of there as well. Now this does flex a little bit. It's not super rigid, but I don't think you're going to be putting anything heavy enough in here to kind of make this bow down. So it should be good enough to pretty much hold whatever you're going to need to put in here that would actually kind of fit, like your sunglasses or your phone or even your keys. Another thing that I would probably like to put in here is my mailbox key, because I typically put it in my center console and I have to lift up the console and close it every time I want to put the key in there. It's kind of annoying. So now I can just take my mailbox key and put it in here. And because this little rubber mat has these nubs on it, whatever you put in here should stay in place because it does have a pretty good grip to it as well. The next thing I would recommend is getting a glove box organizer. Now the main thing that I was looking for when I was looking for my organizer is I was looking for something big enough to fit a pistol in here. I've got a Ruger Security 9 pistol for size reference. I wanted to make it fit in here because you can use the glove box kind of as a lockbox, so nobody can get in without a pin, which is pretty secure. So I couldn't find anything that worked out perfectly for that, so I'd actually modify this myself. This is made of like a TPE type of material. It does feel kind of like plasticky rubbery, but it doesn't have any grip to it whatsoever. So anything you're going to put in here is going to most likely slide around because it's like a smooth plastic. What I did was I purchased some silicone pads that actually glued inside these two pieces here, and this is where the pistol will go. So when I put it in, the handle will be right here, and then the slide kind of will go up into this little portion here. That's why I cut out this little piece here, but it fits beautifully. So whether you're looking for an organizer to actually organize some stuff, or if you're looking for something better for your pistol, I would definitely recommend getting this organizer, and then you just have to fairly easily mod it, and then it just slides right back in there. Fits beautifully in here, and it also comes with a little silicone piece for the little pocket right here as well. Now, if you don't want to pay $1,200 for the spare tire repair kit, I would definitely recommend picking this up. This is a tire repair kit. So if you happen to get a hole in your tire or something when you're on a road trip, you can patch it with this and then just use an air compressor to fill up the tire back with air. But it's a much cheaper solution than, again, buying that $1,250 spare tire kit. Of course, it's not as reliable, but in a pinch, if you're traveling or something like that, and you do happen to get a nail in your tire, you can easily patch it up with this. So inside the kit, we do get a little sealant. We get our tools to kind of patch the tire. We get our patches. We get what looks to be some air stems for your tire. We get a tire pressure gauge, some needle nose pliers, and a razor blade. The next thing I'd recommend picking up is an extension cord. This is 25 feet. You can very easily plug it into the outlets in the inside of the Cybertruck or use the ones that are in your truck bed. And it's long enough to reach all the way out in front of the truck, say if you need to maybe air up your tires, if you have an air compressor or something like that. Definitely something I would recommend keeping inside your truck. Then to go along with the extension cord, I picked up this air compressor by Wolf. This is the Vortex S6. This air compressor not only can fill up the tires of the Cybertruck pretty quickly, but it also has a built-in 19,000 milliamp hour battery that you can use as a power bank to charge up other devices. It also has an air pump built in, so if you happen to have a air bed or something like that you want to put in the back of your truck, you can blow that up with this too. It also has a 1,000 lumen LED so you can see what you're doing. It's also got a nice built-in display so you can easily see what air pressure your tires are at, and it also stops at the pressure that you select. So you don't have to stand around your truck wondering if the air compressor's done, because it'll stop at whatever pressure you have it set to. So let's see what we get inside the box. So it comes in this really nice canvas bag. Definitely cool. So you can see we get a USB Type-C charger. It's 45 watts. So you can charge up your compressor. We also have this little air chuck. It's a quick disconnect, so you can just put it onto your tire and then push this down and it'll clip onto that. We also get a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. Here we've got our manuals that kind of stay in the pocket so you can always see how to use it. Here is our air compressor. It is fairly light. It has a little bit of a weight to it. Looks like it's got like this brushed look on the front. It's got a nice rubberized handle. Here we've got the LED right here. This is where you can inflate and deflate your air mattresses. It also comes with this really nice hose that you can use to inflate or deflate things. And we also have the air compressor hose that's kind of underneath this whole piece here. Stays in there nice and neat. On the back here, we've got our USB Type-C to USB Type-A port, so you can charge up your compressor as well as use it as a power bank. We also have some connections for the hose, so you can blow up your tires or maybe use it to blow up a soccer balls or something like that. We've also got some really nice heavy-duty rubber pads on the bottom here, so it stays in place. And if we take a look at the front here, I don't know if you guys can see, the LCD is lit up to let you know that the battery is full. We also have our PSI settings. So you can kind of twist this to set whatever PSI you want. I think it goes all the way up to 160. Yeah, 160 PSI is the max. Typically, I think the Cybertruck wheels are around like 50 PSI, so we'll just set that now. We also have our little light button here on the side. You can see it lights up the LED, which is pretty nice. Got a couple different brightness. Man, it's even super bright out in the light here. It also has a strobe for emergency and like an SOS. So that's pretty nice. We also have some different modes. And if you guys can see, you can select to use the air compressor or fill your air. It also has their PSI settings for those modes as well. There's like a bike, a basketball, a car. That's pretty neat. The unit. You can set it between kPa, bar, and PSI. So that's pretty nice. So it definitely has a lot of air behind it. And that's used so you can blow up like an air mattress or something like that. So that's pretty nice. And it doesn't look like you can take the air compressor hose apart. It's stuck inside the unit. You can see right there. And it just comes out like that. It's a pretty decent length. And it just easily kind of goes right back in. So that is a pretty nice compressor. And it fits perfectly in the back of your truck bed. All right, so we're going to test out the air compressor a little bit here. I want to see how fast it kind of airs up the tire. I'm not going to totally let the air out of the tire because I don't want to damage the TPS sensor inside, wherever it may be. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to let out a significant amount of air and then we're going to pump it up and we're going to see how long it takes to actually do that. So again, I'm going to let some air out and then we'll pump it back up. But we'll attach this really quick just to kind of see what it says for our pressure. So it locks right on there. And if you can see on here, it says 50.6 for pressure. So I'm going to kind of match that to when it stops. We're also at a full battery. We'll see what that looks like. We'll let out some air just by pressing in this little button here, which is nice, makes it convenient. Not very rapid, but it's coming down. So it's pretty nice if you have to air out as well. All right, so we're down to 20.3 PSI, and I have it set for 50.5 PSI. We're going to start up a stopwatch so we can see how long it's going to take to get back up. So I'll put this off to the side, and we will start that. All right, so it stopped at pretty much at 50.06. It actually did a little bit more. We got 51.9. So we can kind of air that out a little bit. But you can see it took about 15 minutes. So we're at 15, this thing would stop, about 15:30 to go from 20% all the way up to 50.6. And for the battery life, it looks like it used about 75% of the battery. So you may get a full fill of one tire throughout this whole process. But as you see, it's more than capable of filling the whole tire up to 50 PSI. And then here is the light for the compressor. It kind of lights up in front of you a little bit, maybe like 2 feet, but any further than that, it's not very bright. So we'll put it on its brightest light. Really can't see much unless you're right up against the car or just a little bit in front of you, but it doesn't go very far and low. So here it is on its brightest, and that's a lot better. So I can at least see things in my garage with the light lit up as high as it'll go. I can definitely see now, I can see the Cybertruck. I can use this for some work. It's definitely a lot brighter if whatever I'm working on is up close to the light. Then for the last accessory that I told you about that's going to be a game changer for your Cybertruck or pretty much any Tesla that you're going to be in, that's this little piece here. Now it doesn't look like much, but when you put it in its place, it fixes one of the most complained about things for the Cybertruck. Let me show you what it does. And I think the biggest gripe for the Cybertruck, and maybe even all Teslas for that matter, definitely has to be with the wireless charging pads. The wireless chargers in every Tesla is notorious for making your phone heat up really bad. It's a really nice place to put your phone because you can easily see it and access it, but you don't always want to charge up your phone, or you don't want it to heat up in general. All I want to do is put my phone down here and not have it charged, but there's no way to do that, and there's no way to turn off the wireless chargers. And that's where this little piece comes in. Like I mentioned before, you can get it for free. It's actually a printable file that you can print out on any 3D printer. It's super cheap and it doesn't take that long to print out. So let me show you how this little piece actually fits in here. You just simply take it like this, put it down inside next to your little wireless charger. And the nice thing is, it doesn't even touch the back portion of your wireless charger, so it's not going to scratch anything up. And paired with this rubber pad that I showed you about earlier, it keeps it in place very well and only really moves if you touch the top of it. I actually ended up printing out 2 of these, one for me and one for my wife. They nicely fit in here and they're kind of inconspicuous as well. And then when you put your phone down on the charger, it no longer charges your phone and you can just use it as your phone rest. And if you do end up wanting to use the wireless charger, you can very easily just take it out like this, put your phone down and use the wireless charger as it was intended if you really want to use it. So that's it for the 15 accessories that I think should be on your first to buy list. And I'm really curious to know what you guys thought about that last accessory for your wireless chargers. Is it a game changer for you? Let me know in the comments below. And if there are any accessories that you would like to recommend, let us know as well. And again, if you guys want to pick any of these accessories up yourself, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out the channel if you gave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.